Happy spring semester. We are so glad to have students back at College Park and back in the stamp. It is enlivening when students come back because it brings this sort of wilted flower back to life. So whether you're coming in the stamp for testing or to check in with someone or to grab a bite of food while you're in this period of sequester, we hope that you come often. And once that period of sequester ends at the end of 2 weeks, that you make this your home where you can stop and study or take a class from our place rather than in your room if you're a resident student, or that you find your way here from off campus. I'm Marsha Gensler Stevens. I direct the stamp. It is a joy to be here today with one of my friends, Omoleye, who is a first-year student at Maryland. And I had the great pleasure of getting to know this amazing woman in my class, my UNIV 100 class, because I was teaching the class and Omoleye was one of the scholars in the class. And it was so fabulous to watch her first semester unfold. And I think she's an amazing example of what we hope for all of our students and where we hope will give you some opportunities in the coming weeks and days to find a way to engage, to become a part of the community, whether you live on campus, whether you live at home, whether you live afar. So I have had a chance to get to know this amazing first year student, but I'm going to go backwards so that you can meet her as well. So Omoleye, tell folks where you're from and where maybe you went to high school, because that may be something that resonates with some of the folks that went there too.
Mhm. Hey everyone, my name is Omoleye Adeyemi. I'm currently a freshman in letters and sciences, but I'm trying to get into physiology and neurobiology, and I have a minor in health humanities and medicine. I went to Chesapeake High School and Solars Point Technical High School at Baltimore County here in Maryland, and I'm currently at home because all of my classes are online, just like many of you guys, so yeah.
She's a brilliant example of a person who, even from home, has found a way to dip her toe, and not just her toe, her whole foot, into the water of College Park. And so I want to walk back to the beginning. And what made you decide that you needed to become engaged or become involved in something on campus?
So basically, like my whole like high school career and everything, I was always super involved in like literally every club. I started my own club myself, and I just wanted to be so involved in all different ways and just dipping my foot basically, like you said, into like everything I possibly can. And then graduating high school and coming here to College Park, because I know this school is so big, I knew that in order for me to basically get out there and get the best out of the school, I had to put my all into the school no matter what. So I knew that whether I'm at home or I'm on campus, I need to make sure I'm as involved as I can be. So I tried my best and I went to the First Look Fair and I went all over the place trying to look for different clubs and organizations that spoke out to me in a certain way. And then I just joined them depending on how I liked it. Plus having you as a professor, Marsha, was like awesome because you're also sending us a lot of cool stuff too.
So tell me a little bit about those clubs that you joined, because I have luckily gotten to write a letter of reference for you. So I know you got involved in more than one. So
Yeah.
what clubs did you join?
So I joined CRD, which stands for Charles R. Drew Pre-Health Society. I joined Women's in Business. I got accepted into the SALC, which stands for Student Alumni Leadership Council. And I like dipped my toe into like so many different things. It's like insane, like just trying to think about everything that I was like into. It was just like super cool. I also did the Terrapin Leadership Institute, the TLI that you sent to us actually, Marsha, which was like, I think about 6 to 8 weeks. And it kind of taught us a lot about leadership and how to grow as a leader in like your school, your community, and within yourself as a person.
I remember one of the conversations we had after you did the Terrapin Leadership Institute, where you talked about the way in which you sort of had this very concentrated leadership education as a result of that. But you also had a community of people that were coming back session upon session. So you got to know them better. Have you found that through things like Terrapin Leadership Institute, which is a great program and is available to everyone from the stamp, but through those student organizations, have you met people? Have you started to form those friendships?
Absolutely. Through those like for example, like things like the Terrapin Institute and the other clubs that I've joined, I've been able to gain a lot of like peer mentors and just connect with a lot of different students who are basically like who are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And it's been like absolutely amazing. I also joined ASA, which is the African Student Association here on campus, which I was like super ecstatic about. And having the joining that entire organization was absolutely amazing, just being with people who are kind of like me in a sense and understand me and get me and just understand how it is to be a Black student in on campus and everything like that. And it was absolutely amazing. And just being able to be matched up with a peer mentor, and I have a mentor in ASA and she's absolutely amazing. Me and her are like best of friends. And through CRD also we were able to gain a lot of other different we were able to gain a lot of different like peer mentors and people that we can look up to who are in their junior year and senior years and who are basically just striving through it, getting ready to go to maybe PA school or med school or research or whatever else they're doing, and just gaining a lot of different experiences. I know like with the women's in business, they've brought in like different like women who are in like different fields of businesses and how they've been able to maneuver around a business organization that is so filled with men and just be able to dominate it so well and just stand above.
That's such a it's a great way to learn from those upper class students or the folks who are coming back to sort of share their stories.
Mhm.
I think often about some of your beginning was taking a risk at something like the First Look Fair. And this week, the Second Look Fair will happen. It'll be on for 3 days from 3 until 6 p.m., starting on Tuesday, then through Wednesday and Thursday. It is a big risk to sort of put yourself out there and introduce yourself or join in a conversation with a particular student group. But what I'm hearing from you are the rewards can be great,
Yeah,
particularly that chance to sort of dive in, meet people, get connected.
yeah. It's insane. It's really, really great. I like really would advise anyone to do it. I know like when like for the first look fear, when I was looking around, I was just like literally just entering into different like organizations and just saying, hey, I just want to learn more. And they were all so very open. And I think that's something that speaks about UMD and the community that UMD builds. It's just like an open community that accepts each and every one of us. And like being a freshman who was scared that I might not make like friends or get to meet anyone because I'm on campus, because I'm at home, I quickly realized that a lot of us are basically at home and not everybody is on campus. So like
So true.
all these virtual events, it's just the best way to make do out of them and just meet new people is to literally just go there and see how it is. There's no harm in trying.
Oh, you are so right. And I think the other piece that I never want to lose sight of is at the end of the semester, we did some research. And one of the things students said was that they felt lonely or alienated or not a part of a community. And in some ways, it takes a great deal of effort, whether you live on campus or off, to create that community in this really difficult time where you can't just sit across the classroom from somebody and be like, oh, my new best friend.
Mhm.
But it if you do that, if you take some of that effort, perhaps that opportunity to feel like you've got a mentor and a guide and the inspiration of those around and in front of you,
Yeah.
it reaps a lot of rewards for you, is what I'm hearing you say.
Absolutely. It's even like it makes the whole college experience even better because I know like because the school is so big, some people can come here and feel kind of like lost or feel like they don't really have anyone to depend on or feel like they might not be able to like perform as well. I know like coming in, I was like scared that I might not be able to perform at such a high efficiency like I was performing in high school because I was like, this is a whole different ball game. It's so big and I feel like it's just like everybody's trying to get to the top. But being able to like join these different organizations and learn different things from each of these organizations might not be the same lesson, but each and every lesson has taught me something that I've been able to use for my life, for college, and all different types of different ways. And I just like love each and every experience that I've been able to gain through all of these organizations and just staying involved in UMD.
Well, I am counting on you to make a difference, not only this semester in the kind of things you dive deeper into, but also in the way in which you find new opportunities that exist, because you are one of those people that takes the best from life
Mhm.
and makes something beautiful out of it. And I've seen it already in your first semester of college, but I am counting on you not to just do it in that first semester, but to carry that same spark into all you do the rest of your time. Omoleye, this is your friend Marsha telling you of a few more things happening, but I hope you'll carry the word to those folks you're involved in Charles L. Drew and in the African Student Association. Every Friday during the month of February, the stamp is going to do what normally would be a big single night event called the All-Nighter. But they're going to do events that are both in-person, small in-person events, but also some grab and go and some mail home to you events. So for those folks living at home, there's some crafty kind of things that can be mailed home to you. So that's an opportunity, but every Friday in February, there'll be something going on in the stamp. So you'll want to take advantage of both the virtual and the programs that'll be in person. We know this is a testing site. So now this semester, everybody is getting tested if you're around or on campus every other week. So we get to see you in the building, which is great because there are food options, the bookstore is open. So if you haven't already bought your textbooks, this is your chance. You can also order them online and they'll send them straight up to you or package them up for you to pick up. And the other is, we know that the month of February is Black History Month. And so there's a lot of programs, really both virtual and also that are hosted by the stamp and our fabulous staff in MICA, the Multicultural Involvement and Community Advocacy Unit, but also hosted elsewhere on campus. So you'll see on the stamp website a great calendar of events for the month of February for Black History Month. We also know there are student groups that are hosting really cool programs as a part of that month. The other thing that I would say is if you have a love of art, Studio A classes, you can still register for them. Everything from pottery to line dancing to drawing to yoga, it's all there for you. And there's an amazing exhibit that opens this week in the Stamp Gallery that focuses on Black womanhood. So an amazing component of our spring scheduling, but also it beautifully meshes with where we start our spring term in Black History Month. If we could give one piece of advice to the 600 new resident students coming on campus or the 1,100 new transfer students, Omoleye, or those folks who are living at home who maybe just sort of got into college in the fall, but didn't take a chance at getting involved, what advice would you give them as a first-year student who's decided to take a plunge?
Basically, don't be scared. It's gonna be okay. I know like a lot of people might be scared and like, just wonder like they might not fit in, they might not find the club for them. But think about it this way. UMD is so big and UMD has hundreds of clubs and organizations that you can join, and there is something for you. So just go out there, put your foot into the water, you'll find something for you.
I'm so very proud of you. What a gift it is to know people like Omoleye. It was a gift and blessing that we ended up in the same UNIV 100 class this fall, but I can't wait to watch her college career unfold because it's already unfolding beautifully. So take this sage advice, jump in, the water's nice. And we are so excited for everyone to find a community of care, a community in which you can engage in that really broadens your perspective or teaches you something you never knew before. And we hope that you'll find your way to the stamp to let us help you find that opportunity. Don't forget, Second Look Fair. It's a great way to start off. Thanks a bundle. We look forward to seeing you at the fair. Come to the stamp often. Thanks, Omoleye.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, friends. This is your friend Marsha asking you to do me a favor. Subscribe to the stamp, whether that's Instagram, YouTube, any of the stamp channels. It'll make sure you know all that's happening here in the stamp and across campus. But also, don't forget to tell a friend. They need to be subscribed too. Thanks a bundle.